Alright, so I'm going to show you how I typically edit a video in iMovie to use as a flipped classroom instructional video. So I'm going to go ahead and open up iMovie and I'm going to create, I'm up on projects. I'm going to create a new project, and I always create a movie because it gives you more control than creating a trailer. And over here on the left, you want to go to My Movie. That's what this is called right now, is My Movie. If you go up to Projects and click back, it'll give you an option to name it. So I'm going to give this a name that pertains to what the project is, which is so there it is. I can go ahead and open it back up now that it has a name, and you can see the names up here under Project Media and up at the top. And so now what I need to do is I need to import my media right here in this box so that I can then edit it down here. So I've already got my media saved to my desktop right here. I've got my radial design intro and then my radial design close. So these are the kind of start and finish of my video. And then down here, and so these I recorded just in Photo Booth. You can also record those straight into iMovie if you want. But just so you could see how to import them, I put them there. And then under downloads, I have, if I open this up in Finder, two QuickTime movies that I recorded on my iPad, and then I just airdropped them to my Mac. And so let's see, I can't remember which one it is that I want, so I'm just going to select both of them. I'm going to go ahead and drag them down here so they're on my desktop too. So anyway, up here I'm going to click on Import Media. And so this opens up some different options for importing your media. Like I said, you could switch to FaceTime, and then you can use the camera right on your computer. And so this is what I use a lot of the time to record like my introductions on my videos and my conclusions when I want them to like see my face and I talk about the project. But that's not what I'm going to use right now because I've already recorded those. So I'm going to switch back to desktop. And so these are all my things that are on my desktop, and there's like a million things there, but you can click on them and see. So this one is the video that I want, and I can see that its duration is 16 minutes. So I remember that that's one that I want. So I'm going to click on Import Selected. And then I had the introduction and conclusion also on my desktop. So I'm going to go back up here. This little down arrow also means import. And I'm going to find those. So here's my radio design intro and close. I'm going to hold down Shift and click on both of them and import. So there are the three pieces up there that I need to edit my video. You can do this one of two ways. You can start with your intro, which I believe is this video, and then edit your actual content, the project, and then edit your conclusion. I like to start with my project. That's what this video is about, and then I go back and add those two in. So I'm just going to grab this, pull it down to here, let it go. And you can see it's filling everything in right there. Now this is a very short little piece on this big long space. So up here, I can slide this bar, and that spreads the length of that video out more. So then as it plays, it runs along slower. So if I click on play, you can see that this little cursor, obviously, this little cursor is moving slower, so I can fine-tune edit it more easy. I can clip it easier than if it's all teeny tiny. So anyway, you can spread it out like a whole bunch if you want to. So my video already has my instruction with it. That's what this little soundbar is down here. If I was adding my instructions separate, then that little soundbar would just be background noise, and I could two-finger click or left click and detach the audio, and then I could delete that audio off of here and then record my audio onto it. I don't want to do that though, so I'm going to undo that. I am going to be splitting my clip up though, because there's, as you can see down here, a lot of this audio is me talking, but then you get to little areas like this where there aren't really sound waves. And I know that right there, I'm just doing the project. I'm not explaining anything. Like through here, you can see I'm just tracing and I'm taking my time and stuff. So I don't need any audio through here. I also don't need this video to go at this speed. I want it to speed up. So that's kind of my little trick, is I look for those areas where I can see that there's no audio, and those are the areas that I split up and turn those areas into fast motion. So before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume up on myself. So you can just grab that little bar and pull it with your mouse. And I'm going to turn my volume all the way up to 400. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just look through here. You could literally sit here and listen to the whole video and then press pause and edit it as you go. But I just kind of use my 2 fingers and scroll across, or you can grab the bar down here and scroll across until I get to one of these spots. And then I just click, or I usually click a little bit before and listen just to make sure that I'm not missing something I need to add here. So I'm going to click and listen to what I recorded there. Inside out. Now I'm going to set this on the carbon paper and trace both sections. So in my video, I just explained I'm about to trace both sections, and that takes a second. So I don't need to have any audio through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cursor where I want to split the clip. I'm going to put my 2 fingers on the mouse, the trackpad, and then click. And so it gives me, you know, my left click options. And I'm going to, or my right click options, whatever. I'm going to click on split clip. So now that breaks these up. So I can edit this without editing this one over here. Now, whichever one's highlighted with this yellow box is what you're editing. So I want just this section to go faster because people don't need to watch me slowly trace lines. And I want to bring my video down from 16 minutes to way less, under 10. So I'm going to go to where I have more instruction. I'm going to listen just to make sure they're actual relevant instructions. So now my design's on half, and I just need to get to the other half. Okay, so those are instructions that I should keep in my video, so I'm not going to fast forward through those. So I'm going to click right here right before those instructions start. I'm going to split clip again. So now I have this highlighted section with no real instruction in it. And so there might be some background noise, you know, the hum of whatever, the AC unit. So I'm going to grab, you see how when I hover over that horizontal white bar, my mouse changes to the up and down arrows. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to bring it down to 0. I don't need any audio there. I'll put some background music in later. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this clip. I'm going to go up here to speed. You can see when I hover over it, it shows speed. I'm going to click on it. Right now it's on normal speed, so that's real time. I'm going to click this. I'm going to go down to fast. So that doubles the time that takes. So if I play it, you can see now it has no background audio and I'm tracing twice as fast, which still kind of looks about the same amount of time. So I want it to go faster than that because I want to really cut down on this time. Kids don't need to spend, you know, this is still 20 seconds just watching me trace. They know how to trace. So I'm going to go all the way up here. I'm going to turn it up to 8 times as fast. Let's see. That brings all the way down to 5 seconds. So you can see now it goes fast. Now, some people take these kind of repetitive things and they just delete them and they just put a little transition from this part of the instruction to this part of the instruction. But I want my kids to still see that process. They just don't need to see it in real time. The whole point of this video is so that they get all the instruction that they need with none of the downtime and they can still see the project from start to finish, which is why I've turned this into 5 seconds versus I think it was 40 seconds originally. So that's what I'm going to do all the way through my video. I'm going to go to each of these little sections where it's just, you know, there's no sound waves. That tells me there's no instruction. I'm going to split my clip on each side. That's really important. If I only split it at the beginning and not at the end, then I've turned the whole rest of this clip into fast. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to split on both sides of where there's no little blue instruction. Pull that sound down to 0 because we don't need any background noise. And then take this clip, make sure it's highlighted in yellow, go up to my speed, make it fast, and I like to make them all times 8. So you can see that brought that all the way down to 9 seconds. So my time is ticking off up there, you know, because really a lot of this project is repetition. I want them to see it from start to end, but I don't want them to sit there and watch me just trace in real time. Design. So split my clip. Split my other end, bring my volume down, go up to fast, and make sure it's times 8, And look at that, we're getting down real low on our time. Not that. Good thing Command Z is my undo. I don't want to freeze frame. I want this to be fast. Erase, and your pencil lines, any stray pencil lines will definitely erase. So I was able to take a 16-minute video that really does have a lot of instruction, especially at the beginning when it's got some complicated folding steps, and bring it down to 11 minutes. So that 5 minutes might not seem like a lot, but that saves our kids 5 minutes of sitting there watching something that they don't need to watch and losing their patience and their attention span. And now they have, in 11 minutes, they can see a whole project from start to finish, which is huge. Okay, now some art teachers stick with this and that's it. The rest of the stuff I'm going to add is kind of a bonus just to make my project nicer, to make my video nicer. So up here, I've recorded kind of an introduction and conclusion. I try to keep them between 30 and 45 seconds. And this is so that if I have a kid who's coming in and watching this because they're a day behind, they get that little introduction that they missed the day I introduced this project initially. And B, because I share my videos on YouTube for other students to be able to follow and other art teachers to be able to follow. So having that little introduction at the beginning and a little wrap up on the end makes it a nicer video and makes it so that, you know, other art teachers can get an idea of what the goals of this project are, why I'm using it. Because this project, for example, is really just the first step in a more complex project I do with my 6th graders. So I'm going to go up here and check and make sure that this is my intro, not my conclusion. Today, I'm going to show you how to... Yep, so I'm talking about today, I'm going to show you. So I'm going to grab this, pull it down, and bring it all the way to this front area and let it go. And so it hops in front of there. I'm also going to bring this volume up. I'm going to listen just to make sure. A circular 8-section radial. Yep, that doesn't sound too loud. I'll go to the end, grab my conclusion, throw it back here at the end. Bring my volume up. A couple other things I like to add is I like to add a transition between this clip and this clip. So to add transitions, you go up here. And so right now we're on media, we're going to go over to transitions. And I like to do just a simple one like fade to white. And if you scroll across it, it shows you what that looks like. So between an intro and my project, I just always drag down a 1 second. Fade to white. So what that looks like is... That's what we're going to do today. So let's get started. Like that. And then I like to put another one of those at the end of the project that leads into my little conclusion. All right. Well, that... And then at the very end, I like to put a fade to black. Thanks for watching. Because that kind of wraps it up. At the beginning, I usually also like to add a little title. So you just click on titles. And there are a lot of really cool titles, really fun titles. I usually just put one that shows up in the lower third. And so you just grab this and drag it down to wherever you want it. So you can see the title pops up above your clip. They always come in as 4 seconds. But if you click on the title, and you can see how it highlights it in yellow, and go up here to this little I, it says duration 4 seconds. If I want that to be longer, you know, for students to read, I can turn it into like 10 seconds, and you can see how it stretches that out. And then to edit it, you just click on it. And so I like to put what the project is, and then I like to put with Mrs. McClure, just because I think it looks a little nicer, a little more finished. And again, because I also share these publicly on YouTube. And so you can see that the video will open. Hi everybody! Today I'm going to show you with that cute little title that'll stay there for about 10 minutes. You can also always grab it and just drag it, and that shows you the duration you're setting it at. But usually like 10 to 15 seconds, unless you just have a really complex title, is fine. You can also put you know, a transition at the beginning if you want. So it kind of
Hi
fades
everybody.
into your
Today
video.
I'm going to